welcome to day 22 of the Commander deck build challenge draft thing that we are doing. So, 6 boosters I believe are left in here, of which we will open 3 more. And we might open the remaining 3 to see what we get. I'm honestly not sure at this stage. We'll see. For now though, we're opening this one, and it is... We've gone from Guilds of Ravnica to Guilds of Ravnica. Well, allegiance to Guilds of Ravnica anyway. So this has Is It cards in it, which are the ones which are the red-blue cards we care about. The rest of it probably isn't going to be all that useful, but if this is as strong an Is It pack as the last one we opened was as strong a Gruul pack, we'll be in business. Alright, let's see what we can get out of this one. We get a Rubble Pelt Boar is our first creature. It is a 4 mana free, so a hill giant with, when it's battlefield, target creature gets 2/2/0. Nothing too exciting. Color the Culprit. Oh, there will be Boros in this side of things as well, so red-white. Destroy target creature with power with toughness 4 or greater. It's removal, but probably not removal we're interested in. We then have an Antelope, which is a wary Occupy. Yeah, I mean, 3/2 Vigilance, but again, we're not too interested in that. Woodmark Painter. So this is Undergrowth, which is the Golgari colours, and that's why the Golgari signet is on the card. When Woodmark Painter enters the battlefield, target creature gains menace and +X/+0, where X is the number of creatures in our graveyard. Golgari cares a lot about what's in the graveyard. We then have our first Selesnya card, which is White-Green Guild. And when it enters the battlefield, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature or enchantment from them, put them into the hand, rest on the bottom of the library in any order. It's fine, it's just not doing a lot for us particularly. Devious Cover-Up. Counter target spell. If it's countered this way, exile it instead of putting it into your opponent's graveyard. You may shuffle up to 4 target cards from your graveyard into your library. So a little bit of play extension, I suppose. But there's not a lot of benefit to getting some random cards back into our library that often. Still, so far it's the card we're most likely to be taking. Next up, we take a Rhizome Lurcher, which is obviously Golgari, green-black. And when it's a battlefield with a number of possible counters on it equal to the number of creatures in our graveyard. So it's initially a 2, so it's a minimum of 2/2, but can get to particularly any size you want. Next up, Skylight Legionnaire. This is a very spread out booster here, unfortunately, but I haven't seen anything that works for Is It. 2/2 Flying Haste, Human Knight. I mean, fine. It's about what we'd expect from that kind of card, and colour pairing. Yeah, we are nearly finishing everything. Alright. Darkblade Agent. As long as you Surveil this turn, Surveil is an effect that basically allows you to look at the top number of cards of your library, similar to Scrying, but you can put those cards into your graveyard or keep them on top of a deck. So, arguably a little better if you've got ways of using the graveyard. As long as you've done that, it is Death Touch, and whenever it deals combat damage to play, you draw a card. So very useful in Dimir, the colour pairing that represents, but not useful for us. We then go with a Centaur Peacemaker. God darn it, it's not going to give us any Is It. We asked for too much. When it enters the battlefield, each player gains 4 life. I mean, for 3 mana free, I would hope for something better than just incidental life gain on both sides. There are probably ways of making that better for you. Maybe if you've got some life doublers, or you've got ways of draining the opponent. But most of the ways to drain your opponent for making them gain life are in black, or at least to reverse it. We then have the Goblin Crater Maker. Sacrifice it, do one of 2 things. Either 2 damage to target creature, or destroy target colourless, non-land permanent. So pretty much artifacts, so there are a few colourless creatures that we could hit with that as well. So, okay, at the moment, a little disappointing, but those 2 look like our picks. We finally got something that's Is It. We got the Wee Dragonauts. The Wee Dragonauts. Whenever we cast an instant sorcery spell, gain +2/+0. So become a free for flying for free if we can cast instant sorceries on a turn. I wish we could do more than that, in all honesty, but it's in colours, and I love the Wee Dragonauts, and they're probably just getting in on that basis alone. Next up, we have a Lot Left Giant, which is a 7 mana 6/5. When it enters the battlefield, deal 1 damage to target opponent for each creature in our graveyard. So potentially a game-winning card. Okay, our last spells are Drowned Secrets, Golgari Guildgate, and the Token. So Drowned Secrets, whenever we cast a blue spell, target player puts the top 2 cards of their library into their graveyard. We really could have built Mill if we'd been aware of things ahead of time. We could have built Mill. As it happens, though, the vast majority of the cards we just cannot use. In fact, all of those are out. So the only cards we have the options of for this pack are these 6. And honestly, it's not that great for us. We do have a lot of blue spells, so we could try milling, but it's only one player that does it, and it's not really our game plan. It can also help them more than that helps us. It also paints a target on our head, because nobody likes their best cards being milled into the graveyard if they have no way to use it. So I think we're going to ignore Drowned Secrets and the mill plan in general. The Goblin Crater Maker is fine, keeps us doing things, and honestly, as much as, yeah, this isn't doing anything, this I don't think is doing anything. So I think we're just taking the Wee Dragonauts, even though I'm really doubtful we're going to play them. But the Crater Maker at least has additional things it can do, being a 2/2 that can sacrifice itself to do 2 damage to something as it's blocked or as something happens to it. And I suppose having a counterspell and the ability to recover some cards isn't the worst thing. I just don't think it's particularly good for what we're doing. Yeah, okay, so that wasn't as good a pack as the previous one, but I suppose the 2 Ravnica packs were always going to be slightly mismatched because of the colours we're in. Actually, was there any good white-black that we could... No, white-black's in the other set as well. We didn't see much of that. So, yeah, honestly, there was nothing here. Even just taking Collar the Culprit wouldn't have been a great pick, even if we were in white. And I don't particularly like the Scarlet Legionnaire. Okay, well, that's us done for this for today. Tomorrow, we get to our penultimate booster pack. So, I'll see you on the eve of Christmas Eve. Until then.